Actually, wait. Can I just... Oh, wait, I can just click on the thing. Actually, wait, well, in hindsight, I shouldn't be doing this like... I'm thinking about doing this like I did on the DS version, but apparently this is a feature that was introduced in Virtue's Last Reward that was reintroduced into this remaster. So, you know, I was like, what the hell am I doing? I'll just go over here. Okay, so I'll go skip to the section where we got the thing with Actually, wait. Actually, wait. I think I could just speed this up even further. So there's one other ending that we can see right away, and I think that's right about here. No. What was this one? 3, 7, and 8 doors. Oh, right. So let me see if I can speed through this part here. Alright. So we're at the point where we're deciding going through the 3, 7, and 8 doors. And let's just go speed through this part. So let's see what happens when we go through door number 3. So we do know that Snake's, or, well, they think that Snake's dead beyond this, but what happens if we went through and discovered it first? You don't think Steins Gate had a flowchart like this did it? I don't know, I never played Steins Gate before. But anyways, let's just say F everyone, and choose door 3.
悪いなサンタ。それでも俺は3の扉を選ばせてもらうよ。
Sorry, Senna, but I still want to go through door 3.
バカな！頭おかしいんじゃないのかお前。
What? That's nuts. You gotta be crazy.
どうしてそこまでして3の扉にこだわるんだよ。
Why are you so obsessed with that door?
俺はただ。
I'm just... Junpei paused. He swallowed the words he had been about to say.
3の扉が気になるんだ。どうしても。
Just curious about door 3. That's all.
理由になってねえだろうが。
That doesn't explain shit.
理由ならある。ちゃんと説明してやるよ。
Look, I've got a reason. I'll be happy to explain it if you just come with me. With that, he began walking toward the door. Their curiosity likely getting the better of them, the others followed. A few of them looked a little suspicious, but Junpei told himself that wouldn't matter. Kept walking and kept silent. Eventually, they arrived at the number 3 door. Junpei stopped.
気になるのはこのレッドなんだ。
I'm curious about the red.
セブン、悪いがちょっと認証してもらえないかな。
Seven, would you mind authenticating for me?
あ？なんでだよ。
Ah, why?
いいから頼むよ。
Please, just do it. So he stared at Junpei for a moment, and grunted and laid his palm heavily on the scanner.
これでいいか？
Happy?
ありがとう。
Yeah, thanks.
これでレッドには7の数値が入力されたことになる。
The number 7 had been entered into the red.
次は紫だ。同じようにレッドに触れてくれ。
Next is June. Please touch the red just like 7 did.
俊平くん、一体何を確かめようとしてるんですか？
Jumpy, what are you trying to figure out?
ああ、実はな。
Yep. I think Junpei thought about his answer for a
もしか
moment.
したら別の脱出方法が見つかるかもしれないんだ。
I think I might have found another way out.
は
What?
なんだって？
What?
本当に？
Really? That got him excited. Just as Junpei had intended.
さあ、だから紫、認証。
Now, please, June.
わかりました。
Okay. So that's 7 and it's 4. With those two numbers in the red, Junpei had what he wanted. Casually placed his own hand on the scanner, and the third asterisk blinked on. 4 plus 5 is 9.
さて、あと認証を行ってないのはサンタと、それから四つ葉とヤシロだな。
See, the only people who haven't authenticated yet are now Santa, Clover, and Lotus.
だから何なの？
わからな
So
いの
what's your point?
この状況が何を意味するのか。
You don't get it? Think about it. Huh?
四つ葉とヤシロのバングルナンバーを足すといくつになる？
What's the sum of your numbers and Clover's?
12、
12.
その数字根は
And what's the digital root of that?
3。
3,
サンタと同じだな。
which is Santa's
ところ
number.
でヤシロ、今レッドに入力されている数値はいくつだと思う？
By the way, Lotus, what's the number that's currently in the
7
red?
足す6足す5は18。
So 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 18, which would be 9, right?
その通り。ではそれに3を足した時の数字根は？
So what will be the digital root if you add 3 to
3だわ
that?
扉の数字と同じ。
3, that's the door's number.
そういうことだ。
There you go.
おいちょっと待て。お前は一体何を企んでる？
Hey, wait a minute. What the hell are you up
別
to?
に何も
No,
俺はただ
I'm not up to anything. I'm just waiting.
時？
Waiting for what?
均衡が崩れる時だよ。
I'm waiting for the balance to shift.
サンタかヤシロと四つ葉のペアか
Santa or Lotus and Clover.
どちらかが動けばもう片方も動かざるを得なくなる。
Once one of you moves, the others won't have a chance.
その時を
So I'm waiting. Junpei laid his hand casually on the lever.
てめえ
You son of a
に
bitch.
かけやがったな。
You tricked us.
さっき言ってたことは全部デタラメだったってことか。
Then all that stuff you're going on about is
デ
bullshit.
タラメじゃない。これが俺の考えた別の脱出方法だ。
Bullshit? I don't think so. Didn't I tell you that I figured out another way to get out of here? This is it.
一体何のためにこんなことを？
Why the hell would you do something like this? Junpei glanced at June.
俊平君
Jumpy,
まさかお前、紫と同じ扉に入るために、
you did this just so you can go through the same door as June?
ただそれだけのためにこんなことを。
That's it? Santa was furious. His face was red. Flecks of spit flew from his lips as he spoke. Junpei closed his eyes calmly and then opened them again.
さあ動くのはどっちだ？
So, who's it gonna be?
サンタかそれとも
Santa
いや
or Lotus and Clover? Shit.
行くわよやつば。
Let's go, Clover. Huh? Huh? Lotus leapt forward. She grabbed Clover by the sleeve and ran for Junpei and the door. Oh, fuck. Caught by surprise, Santa froze for a moment and then shot forward like a bullet from a gun. Let's see what they did there. Lotus had the head start, but Santa had the advantage in size and speed. Almost immediately, he passed Lotus and
待って
Clover.
ダメ。
No, wait! Santa did not hesitate. He slammed his hand down on the red.
正気じゃねえ。こんなのは絶対に間違ってる。
Nah, this is insane. This ain't right. He glared at Junpei, his chest
あ
heaving.
あそうだな。
Yes.
そうかもしれない。
Well, you may be right. Junpei's voice was cold, but not without
で
effort.
も
But he turned to the red and pulled the lever. The sound of metal on metal, the door opened. It only remained for 9 seconds, and there was no other time to think.
行くぞ。
Go! Junpei and his 3 reluctant companions jumped into the door's gaping mouth one after another. No sooner than did they enter, an all too familiar noise sounded from their left wrists. The detonators had been activated. Junpei looked back only once and saw Lotus and Clover on the other side of the closing door.
そんな。
No! They stood still, stopped where they had been when Santa reached the red. The defeat of desperation on their faces tore at Junpei's heart. Then the door closed and they were gone.
汚ねえぞ順平。こんなやり方はフェアじゃねえ。
You son of a bitch, Junpei, this isn't fair! Santa rounded on Junpei, lightning crackling in his eyes and knuckles white.
分かってんのかおい。お前はあの二人を。
Do you realize what you just did? You leave them out there and they can't—
うるせえ。 ガタガタ言ってんじゃね
Got it? That's enough. It hadn't been Junpei that spoke with
えそん
Seven.
なことよりも早くデッドを探せ
We gotta find the dead or none of this is going to matter. The clock was ticking. The dead was their only chance at survival. Unless they could find it and deactivate their detonators, the four of them would be...
あと1分もねえぞグズグズすんな急げ
Like, we got less than a minute left. No time for screwing around. Get moving.
くそ覚えとけよこの野郎
Damn it, you and I are not done yet, you bastard. They scattered and began to scour the room. The deactivation device was nowhere near to be
ど
found.
こだどこにあんだよ
Where? Where the hell is it? The corridor stretched in 3 different directions, but everyone was blocked off by a wall of metal. There was only one way out. Wait, what happened? Did people left behind end up being able to progress or something? Well, earlier in the, or I guess in with the other part of the story, basically, once everyone went through their separate doors through 7 and 8, we all reconvened and discovered that actually the rooms were all connected already. It was just that like 3, 7, and 8, they all reconvened to a 4th path that led back to the same hospital room. But at this point, the characters don't know that, and they're all panicking, going like, wait. It's like, oh, if we go through this, then what if we don't meet each other again and we'd be screwed over and locked out? So then, at this point, they're all fussing over this and they don't really know until after the fact. So that's why everyone's all antsy and pissed off at Junpei for what he did right now. Yeah, it's basically 3 ways to get to one place, but they don't know. But what we do gain out of this are keys or key cards that allow us to access other parts of the ship that were locked before, so we need to backtrack after this. But that's what we know after the fact, but not now. So there was only one way out. One other
あそこ
door.
だきっとあの扉の向こうだ
Over there. It's gotta be behind the door. Seven ran for the door, rusty iron thing. His large hands grabbed hold of the handle and pulled.
あ真っ暗だ
God damn, it's pitch dark inside.
何も見えねえな
Can't see a thing. Junpei stuck his head through the door and looked through the room.
あれは
No, wait. Almost immediately, he spotted the blinking red light on the,
あったぞ
on the right wall. I found it. The dead were right over there. He stepped through the room. Whoa.
なんだ
What?
足の裏になんかぬるっとした感触が
Ugh, the floor's slippery. He stopped and glanced down at his feet. What was...
おい何やってんだ
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
今なんか
There's
いい
something...
からさっさと行け
I'll get over there. Junpei felt Seven's heavy hand against his back and stumbled across the room. The 3 other piled in behind him. They all felt immediately that something was wrong. Nothing that could be easily identified, only a sense that something terrible shared the room with them. But there was no other time to say so.
急げ早くデッドへ
Quick, get to the dead! They all started running. In the dark, it was hard to tell where the wall was. All they could see was a tiny red light blinking at them over and over.
あれか
But there it is! In quick succession, they all slammed their hands against the scanner panel. Oh hey, blood splatters. Seven leaned against the wall, gulping air as his breathing began to return to normal. He glanced at his left wrist and grunted.
止まった
It-
止まったぜ
It stopped. It stopped. Junpei could hear him laughing in the dark, but could barely make out the larger man's
な
face.
んでやってもなれないなこればっかりは
I don't think I'll ever get used to doing this.
それにしても
What the... The sound of retching came from Santa's
一体
direction.
何なんだこの匂いはよ
What the hell is this smell?
もう我慢できねえ吐きそうだぜ
This is vile. I'm gonna puke. So desperate had they been in their race to the dead that no one seemed to notice the horrible smell that pervaded the room. It was a terrible, nauseating stench like burnt and rotten meat. Adrenaline had drowned it out, but now it rolled over Junpei in waves, forcing itself into his nose with every breath he took.
こいつはきついな。
You're right. This is. He felt his stomach clench and bile rise up in his throat.
とにかく明かりをつけてみよ
Come on, let's get the lights on
う。
first.
スイッチは
There's a
あそこか。
there's a switch over here. The light that spilled in front of the door barely illuminated a small switch plate next to the door. Slowly, the toll of the last few minutes apparent in his gait, Seven walked toward it. This doesn't sound comfy. Not at all. So he stopped as he got close, extended his fingers toward the switch.
よし、つけるぞ。
Alright guys, I'm flipping it on. There's a soft click as the lights came on. Huh? Just as the light turned on, Jin took in a short breath and... A scream echoes through the room. Junpei's breath stopped in his throat. His heart ceased to beat. Time froze. His mind scrambled to make sense of what he saw before him. What?
おい
Oi.
こいつは
This is what was left of the body sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny islands in the great Red Sea. A vast, ragged hole had been torn in the torso, and what remained of his intestines spilled out of it like fresh spaghetti. Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and became stuck there as they dried. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them toward the wall, even as they dried to it. Is this the body of Nosnake? Yeah, yes it is at this point. And also I should change my title to say that I'm a New Game Plus now, just in case if any newcomers come here. Getting other endings. Or getting another, oops, can't spell. Another ending on New Game Plus. Okay, there we go. Okay, so just in case any newcomers come in here, I'll have this as a disclaimer in case any newcomers come here. Okay, now that we got that concern out of the way. So, I think I read that already.
爆死だな。
Looks like an explosion. Seven's voice was low and
あ
strained,
の9番の男と同じだ。
just like the ninth man.
バングルの起爆送信機が作動して、体内の小型爆弾が炸裂したんだろう。
Oh, my notification sound? Oh yeah, it's a sound of Pooty getting hurt. It sounds so cute.
全身めちゃくちゃだ。
Oh
左
god,
腕なんて骨が飛び出て。
the bone's coming out of his left arm.
開放骨折を起こしてるな
It's definitely an open fracture. Even it looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful. Pluteus there? No, not Pluteus there. It's just normal Plute, the cute little Plute that makes plushies for everyone, and also has a thing for stabbing things with needles. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way. His left arm had been split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his ulna. His bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to shatter the display, which lay on the ground in pieces.
それよりひどいのは顔だ。
Face is the worst.
ひどいありさまだ
Yeah, you
Well,
can't even
that
tell
is-
who it is. Half of his head had simply collapsed. The blood coating almost made it look like a raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. His clothes too were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, the gray slacks.
だけど、
But the clothes are. They were all familiar to Junpei.
ニルス
Is that Snake? Santa's voice wavered as he spoke, his mouth dry.
ってことだ。
Oh my god. Finally, Junpei spoke.
どうしてこ
なこと。
Why did this happen? Uh-oh. June was screaming, her voice broken. It was an eerie scream full of insanity and not entirely human. No. No. Oh gosh, she is absolutely mortified at seeing this. She shook her head violently and grabbed fistfuls of her own hair. Junpei could hear the sound of her hair tearing. Oh, stop. Calm down. He grabbed her wrist. Hey! But as he did, June leapt up and ran toward the exit. Please, get me out of here! You have to let me out of here! She screamed at the door, her fist slammed against it with a hollow sound. Junpei could see drops of blood on her knuckles. Why are you doing these horrible things to us? What did we do to deserve this? June. She screamed again, a desperate, mindless cry. Her fists flailed against the door. Please, get me out of here, please! Please, just let me out! June! Junpei couldn't watch anymore. He ran to June and wrapped his arm around her, pulling the screaming girl away from the door. Calm down! No! Get off me! Let me go! Let me go! Please, calm down! She scrambled for a moment, her legs skittering across the floor, but her resistance didn't last long. As suddenly as her outburst had began, it was over. The manic energy disappeared and her body went limp in Junpei's arms. June collapsed to the floor and Junpei knelt down with her. He felt drops of something warm and wet. Was she crying? A moment later, she began to sob. Her shoulders shook, and great hot tears rolled down her face like rain. We're gonna be fine. It'll be alright, June. It's going to be fine, Annie. Her name was a whisper. I'll be here with you. Okay? She nodded once. Thank you. Thank you so much, Junpei. Her trembling voice pulled at Junpei's heart. He stroked her hair gently. His face was so close to her. The scent of her hair was nostalgic. You feel better? Yes. But I'd like to stay over here. For a little while at least. Junpei's body is so warm. Several minutes passed before June's tears had dried. Junpei stood up. He bent down and put his arms under June's and helped her to her feet. They didn't speak. Neither Seven nor Santa. A person was dead. They had died in that room, in a terrible way. Junpei knew there was no way he could make himself forget that. There's no way any of them could forget it, but mourning would do no good. They spread out to search the room, but each felt as if it was their heart that was made of lead. We better get to it. And again, where are the eyes? Okay, so this is where Not Snake's body had been exploded. That's where we came in. I guess not locked, but there ain't really much point. All that's out there is the numbered door. We can't go back to the numbered door even if we wanted to. Those letters written in blood. LLR. You think that might have been some dying message from Snake? No, that's impossible. You saw the body? You aren't gonna do something like that after something like that happens to you. Then this is... The way the blood's dried, which tells you it's real old. Whoever's blood is this, or this is, it ain't Snake's. They're saying this blood was put here a long time ago. Yep. Oops. See, the divider between the stalls. On the other side of this wall... No, I don't want to think about that. Alright, let's see what happens when I turn you. Nope, nothing, not even a drop. Is the pipe clogged? There's a piece of paper tied to this pipe with wire. See, notice drainage valve operation. Please do not flush the water in these pipes. Doing so would cause the drain to overflow. Okay. Oh shit, that's hot. Really hot. Man, that water just might be just about boiling. Okay, so there is working water here. That's a thermometer. Can you get it off? No, it's screwed onto the wall. Okay, so we need a screwdriver. See, nothing happens when I press these buttons. Well, it looks like the power's on. I wonder what the deal is with these things that say lock up there, though. So, there's two things we need to unlock? See, I think we have to do something else before it lets us enter a password. Maybe we have to disable those two things and say lock on it first, you know? I already checked all 3 toilets, you know? Nothing unusual there. Hey! There's like a card. A key card. I wonder if we can get to it somehow. Don't think so, it's too deep. I can't reach that. See, there's nothing in the toilet. If it was, that would be gross. There might be something in the tank, you know? Let's open that shit up. Hey, a red key card. It's a red card, probably a key card. Do you know if you saw a card reader anywhere around here? See anything over here? It's a water tank for a toilet. Clever. Don't know, when they'll... What? Don't know when they'll figure out, don't know when they'll figure out everyone else think it's clever too. Huh? I mean, it's a piece, but what's OC? Organized crime. Wait, what's that? Some kind of police slang? Huh? Probably. Huh? What did I say? Why does it look all sad now? That's not really important now, you guys. Let's just check it out, okay? Screwdriver. What? What do you think this is? Looks like tar. Kinda sticky, but I don't think we could just wipe it off. I doubt just pouring some water on it is gonna help much either. What about hot water? Hot water? If you had some really hot water, like boiling hot, then maybe that could wash it off? Oh, that was the hot water that we put over there. A wooden box. There's something in there. Luminol. Oh, is this thing? Some kind of spray bottle? Something's written on it. Lumen, I can't read the rest. The label's all faded. Let me see that. He grabbed it? There, he just grabbed it from him. That wasn't very nice. Oh, this is Luminol. You know, the forensics guy used it at the crime scenes. Oh yeah, that stuff glows blue when you spray it on blood, right? Even if the blood's been wiped off, it'll still glow. Toilet paper. Wait. X, Y, X, what? See, it's toilet paper with some kind of red symbols on it. I think it might be some kind of... You think that's a Sci-Tail cipher? Sci-Tail cipher? What the hell is that? You wrap a piece of paper on a stick and then write several sentences on it so that the whole paper is filled up. Then you unwrap the paper and you couldn't tell what the original message was, right? That's how it works, more or less. Then to decipher it, you have to have a stick that's the same diameter as the original one. The diameter stick as the original one? Yeah, and then you just wrap the paper around that stick and you can read the code. It's a bucket. See, Junpei reached for the broom, and as he grabbed it, he heard a soft voice behind him. It was June. The rabbit hutch.
Huh?
Huh? He turned around. June still looked sadly pale, but there was a smile on her face. Oh, you just reminded me of it. The rabbit hutch, I mean.
組み合わせって
How did I remind you something like that? You know, Jumpy in the broom. You were always playing around with the broom in front of the rabbit hutch.
そうだったっけ
I was? Don't you remember? Junpei stared at the broom in his hand. You mean, you don't remember that summer either? She looked very sad. He shook his head.
いやそれは覚えてるよ
Oh, of course I
それる
remember.
わけないだろ
How could I forget something like that?
あんな強烈な出来事
It was terrible. They were in the 6th grade. Oh, excuse me. Junpei and June had been assigned to take care of the classroom pets, the rabbits. Their chief duty was to clean the hutches every morning. On the final day of school before summer vacation began, Junpei overslept. He rushed over to school and found June standing in front of the rabbit hutches. No sooner than Junpei arrived that June began to cry. He had no idea why until he looked behind her into the rabbit hutch. The first thing he saw was blood. The hutch was filled with the dead bodies of the rabbits. Even after the teachers and friends that came to see what the commotion was, June couldn't stop crying. I just kept crying and crying until you came over. You held my hand and looked very serious, and you said, "Look, don't cry. I'm gonna catch the person who did this." After you told me that, I finally stopped crying.
泣き止んでからが大変だったんだよな
Well, the real fun started after you quit crying.
一緒に犯人を捕まえるとか言い出して
Well, you told me we're gonna catch the killer together. Junpei smiled and a little flush of life returned to her cheeks. Then we decided that we'd ambush them.
そうだったな
Yeah, I remember. The school also kept roosters and guinea pigs. Junpei and June had decided the murder would likely return to finish off the rest of the animals. They would ambush the killer at night. Junpei and June had hid behind the hutch at dusk and waited. It was a warm summer night. The quiet sound of crickets whispered through the air. As the sun went down, the stars began to wink at them from the sky. And June's... Akane Kuroshiki's face. That night, it was something Junpei knew he would never forget as long as he lived.
だけど結局犯人は現れなかったんだよな
But the murderer never showed up.
夏休みの間中張り込んだのにさ
We waited for them all summer vacation and they never showed up. Yeah, but the animals didn't get attacked either. I think all that work amounted to something, you know? You felt the same way, but it was good to hear her say it.
まあ今考えると結構無茶したよな
Although, you know, if you think about it, we were probably taking on a lot more than we could handle. What do you mean? She looked up at him, confused.
だってそうだろあの頃俺たち小学生だぜ
I mean, come on, we were just kids.
もし本当に犯人がやってきたらきっと相手は 刃物とか持ってただろうし。
I mean, whoever killed the rabbits had actually showed up. They probably would have had a knife or something.
お前も本当は不安だっただろ
I mean, you must have been pretty worried, right?
私は不安じゃなかったです。
I wasn't worried
だって淳平くんが
because you were
淳平くんが
because
そばにいてくれたから。
because you were there with me. Aww. Oh my god, that blush. She blushed furiously.
そういえば飼育係って誰もやりたがらなかったですよね。
You know, no one else wanted to take care of the animals. Clearly embarrassed, she desperately tried to change the
立
subject.
候補したのも初めは私だけでした。
I was the only one who has to do it at first.
特に男子は動物の世話とかめんどくさがるからな。
Yeah, boys don't really want to bother taking care of animals, you know?
後から淳平くんが立候補してきて。
Well, yeah, but you asked to do it after I did, didn't you?
どうせ何か係をやらなきゃいけなかったんだ。
If it wasn't the rabbits, they're... Goddamn yawns. If it wasn't the rabbits, they were gonna make me do something else. You know how that school was.
だったらパートナーはおとなしいやつの方がいい。
I figured it'd be better if I was working with somebody who wasn't too much of a loudmouth, right?
サボっても担任にチクったりしないようなやつが。
You know, someone who wasn't gonna tell on me if I felt like blowing it off.
そんな理由で立候補したんですか？
Oh my god, Junpei. Really? That's why you volunteered?
ああ、そうだ。
Yeah. Yeah, it is. He nodded quickly and much too earnestly, and then quickly looked away at something very
本
important.
当に？
Really?
もちろん。
Of course. That hadn't been the reason, of course. He had asked to take care of the rabbits so that he could be near June. But it had been so long ago, he couldn't bring himself to tell her now how he felt back then. It would be embarrassing. He took a quick breath to clear his head and tossed the broom up and snatched it out of the air.
さてと、思い出話をしてる場合じゃないよな。
Well, we really don't have time to be walking down memory lane like this, you know?
早く脱出する方法を探さないと。
Well, we gotta figure out a way out of this room, otherwise...
はい。
Yes,
それじゃあ私は向こうを調べてきますね。
I'm gonna look over there. June nodded curtly, then turned and walked away.
さて、それじゃあ俺もそろそろ。
I should get back to it myself.
あ
Yeah,
さっきの血だまりか。
that's right, the wolf blood. Junpei turned around and looked at the room. At Snake's body, chunks of flesh and organs still lay on the
死
floor.
体の隣で昔話なんて。こんな時に何やってんだろうな。
Going on and on about old times right next to a corpse. What were we doing?
いや、こんな時だからこそ
Well,
か。
maybe it was because we were in this mess. Despite such a situation, or perhaps because of it, the mind turned to the farthest thing from death that it could find. Still, Junpei couldn't help but feel a twinge of guilt at wanting to desperately live when Snake lay dead before
生
him.
き延びないとな。なんとしてでも
I have to survive, no matter the
あい
cost.
つと一緒に。
I need to make sure she gets out too. She stared at the clumps of blackened flesh. All Junpei could think of was how much he wanted to live. And we're back. Alright, so I think I remember how to do this, the rest of this puzzle. So let's go get the hot water. So can you turn on the shower? I'm gonna put the bucket under the head. Sure thing. Bucket filled with hot water. And then we go back over here. Wash off the tar. Oh, I flushed the hot water from the bucket. Oh wait, flush. Right, they want me to fill this up. Well, looks like you filled it. Now you should be able to flush it, right? Probably a handle somewhere in the tank you can pull. Wait. Oh, I had to click on that. Oh, there it goes. Just like a toilet would work. 185 equals... See, that stuff's washed off. Looks like that writing was numbers, right? Is it? Or see it? 185 equals? What is this? Got me, it just looks like numbers. Okay, so if we go... Actually, wait, I think if we go over here... Oh wait, I forgot, do we combine it with the broom? Huh. What if I wrap the toilet paper around the broom? I cannot read that. So you wrap the toilet paper around the broom, huh? Looks like the symbols line up perfectly. It says 634 plus on the toilet paper. Oh, and then plus 185. So then, I can't do mental math right now, so let me get my calculator. So 64 plus 185, that is 819. So then if we speed through this as fast as we can, I believe we use the luminol over here. Okay, wait, you don't really think we're supposed to use the luminol here, do you? Yeah, it seems kind of weird to use it here, but maybe I should use it just in case. Okay, I sprayed the lumen on the wall. What's next? Oh, right, the switch. L L R L R L. L L L L L R L R L. Wait, did I? Oh, right. So L L R L R L. Well, I did what it said on the wall. I wonder if I actually did anything. Let's see. This will be connected to the middle drain of the room. If you turn the water on here, it'll probably come up through the drain. Hey, the drain's acting up. What the hell did you do? I just busted the valves a little. Nothing big. Oh, right, that's how we get the key card. So if you look down here... Jumpy, the card's floating. Looks like the water floated the card up to, out of the drain. And that's the key card for one of the other doors. And screwdriver, we screw this off.
なあ順平
So, wait, so you tried summoning for the new focus on Fire Emblem Heroes and got 3 blues? No focus or 5-star? Huh. Oh, Retro's also streaming this as well? Huh.
体温計のメモリ
You
っ
know,
て
Junpei?
なんで42度までしかないか知ってるか
You know why thermometers only go up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit?
さあ考えたこともないな。
No, can't say I ever thought about that.
人の体を作ってるタンパク質は42度を超すと固まっちまうんだ
At 107 degrees, the cells in the human body start to die and the organs begin to shut down. The proteins in your cells start to harden.
ゆで卵と同じさゆで卵をいくら冷やしても生卵には戻らないだろ
It's like when you hard boil an egg. Even if you cool it down afterwards, it won't go down to be a raw egg.
要するに死んじまうってことだ
In other words, it's dead.
だから体温計には42度以上のメモリは必要ないんだ
Oh, that's why thermometers don't go past 107. There's just no point.
あ
Oh yeah,
だがよほどのことがない限りそんな熱が出ることはない
but it's pretty rare for a fever to get that
どん
high.
なウイルスに感染しようと42度を超えるのは極めて稀だ
Oh shit, wait, what am I doing? I forgot to read the other stuff. Anyways,
まあそれ以外の原因があれば話は別だが
of course, there are other external things that
それ以
could.
外の原因
Like what?
そうだな例えばサウナに閉じ込められるとか
Well, see, like, something like getting locked in a
あ
sauna.
るいは焼却炉に放り込まれて
Or getting thrown in an incinerator and burnt to death.
なるほど
Yeah.
そりゃ確かに42度を超えるだろうな。
Yeah, I guess that would get a little hotter than 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Junpei gave a short barking laugh. But Malaya, the screw fell off. With a small tug, Junpei pulled the thermometer from the wall.
よし取るとぜ。
Alright, I got it. He looked up and saw Santa, glaring at a blank section of the wall.
なんだどうしたんだ
What's up?
いや、なんでもない。気にする
Nothing.
な。
Forget about it. Santa spun around and walked off away from Junpei.
なんだったんだ
What was all that about? But as Junpei watched him go, he didn't look angry. He looked very, very sad. Wait, do I use it with this? Yeah, if I can get this hot water on the thermometer, then maybe... Alright, let's get this party started. Yep, that looks like it's doing the trick. There goes the gauge. And now it's at the open mark. Huh? It opened. What's this? Looks like a piece of paper in here. Oh, 957. So we have another thing to add. So on top of what we have already, 957. So that's 1776. So I believe that's everything? Wait, do we have all the key cards? See, the password is 4 digits. Well, the blue light came on. Huh? The blue one was just on, but now it's off. And the red one's on. Guess we have to swipe the red card first and then the blue one. Okay, so I can't do it out of order. Oh, great job, Jumpy. Both the lights are on now. I just need to put in the password. Alright, both lights are on, so we should be able to enter the password now. What's with the E and C keys? E means enter and C means clear, I think. So after you put in the password, hit E. If you screw it up, hit C. Alright, we out. Outside the shower room was a hallway that extended off to the left and right.
右手の突き当たりに大きな鉄の扉が見えますね。
There's a large iron door at the
行っ
end.
てみるか
Let's take a look. They moved a few steps toward the door when Junpei heard the sound of metal on metal.
ん
Huh? They turned around and Seven was doing something to the door to the shower room.
何やってんだよセブン
What are you doing, Seven?
もしかしたらシャワー室に戻ってくることになるかもしれねえだろ
Well, I figured maybe we want to come back here
だ
sometime.
から扉にほうきの絵を挟んでおいたんだ
So I stuck the broom in there to keep the door from shutting. Alright, let's go. With that, he stood up and began walking down the hallway. He brushed past Junpei and kept going. After a moment, the rest of them followed him. Before long, they found themselves at a large iron door. They'd only been there for a moment when June spoke up.
淳平くん、あれ
Jumpy, look. He turned. There on the right side of the hallway was a piece of paper attached to the wall. What's up?
壁に何か貼られてませんか
What's that on the wall
あ
there?
れは
Oh, I think it's... Jumpy ran over and peeled it off.
船内マップだ
It's a map of the ship's interior.
左上のところに C デッキとあり
It
ます。
says C deck.
このフロアのマップだってことか
So it's the map for this floor then?
あとじっくり見るのは後にしよう今は進まないと
Well, we'll have time to study it later. Let's keep going for now. Junpei folded the map and stuffed it into his pocket. Back at the door, the four of them lined up in front of it. Santa stepped forward. He grabbed the hold of the door, and then turned to look back at the rest of them.
いいか
Ready?
開くぞ
I'm going to open it. They nodded. Santa nodded back and threw open the door. All four of them left through.
こいつは
What the?
おいおいマジかよ
Wait, you're shitting me. Took only a moment for them to realize where they were.
戻ってきちまったってのか
We're back? They had been there for a short time ago. Or they had been there a short time ago. It was a large hospital room, filled with countless beds. Lotus and Clover looked up as they entered. Ace was there as well, although he looked as though he had only woken up.
四つ葉ちゃんにヤシロさん、一宮さんも無事だったんですね。
Clover, Lotus, and Ace. I'm glad you're all okay.
ヤシロさんがすごい形相でこっちに。
Lotus, what are you... The moment they spotted Junpei, Lotus and Clover headed straight for him. Oh shit. They're gonna be mad. Alright, see ya, Wiz. Thanks for sticking around, and thank you for the host earlier. As she neared him, Lotus drew back her hand, and slapped him, open palmed across the face.
どの面下げて戻ってきたのよ。え？
How could you do this to us? Her face was furious. She grabbed Junpei by the collar and shook him violently. Clover didn't touch him, but the hate in her eyes was no less potent. It was Seven who stopped them.
よせよ。それどころじゃねえんだ。
Look, knock it off. We've got bigger shit to worry about right now. His deep voice echoed across the massive room. Lotus glared at Seven, but let Junpei go after one last vicious shake.
何よ。
What?
いいから見てこ
Go and have a look.
え？
What?
い。ドアの間にドライバーをかませておいた。
Look, I stuck a screwdriver in the door.
すぐそこの数字の書かれてないドアだ。
The door over there. The one without a
ロ
number.
ックはかかってねえから、そこから入れ。
So long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there.
進んでいくとシャワー室がある。そこのドアにも同じようにほうきの絵が挟み込んであるから。
Look, there's a shower room. Oops. There's a shower room past there. I stuck a broom at the door there too. Anyway, go take a look.
つまりナンバリングドアを通らなくてもその部屋に入れるってこと？
Then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door?
ああ、そうだ。
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
一体何があるのよ。
What the hell is in
今
there?
上がる。
You'll know when you see.
ねえ。そうね。行きましょう。
Fine, let's go. See, Lotus and Clover looked at one another for a moment, then nodded and stepped through the door. By then, Ace made his way to them, moving with the stiff, shuffling steps of someone who was only just awoken from a lengthy slumber.
やれやれ
Ah, my goodness.
必ず戻ってきてくれると信じている
I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me.
確かに私はそう言ったがまさかこんなに早く実現するとはね
I didn't think it would happen so soon, though. Ace shook his head weakly.
で私も行くべきなのかな
Well, should I go as well? Yeah. Seven
分
nodded.
かったよ
Very well. Ace followed Lotus and Clover with a stiff, tired gait. Squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far, more like a ghost than a living human should. It was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as goddamn. Felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
おそらくニルスは殺されたんだろ
Snake was probably murdered.
う。あの9番の男が死んだ時と同じような状況に追い込まれてな。
Chances are he was killed the same way the ninth man was. Okay, I think at this point this is all the same text, so let me see if I can skip this.
まず犯人たちはニルスと共にレッド
Yeah, this is basically like the same thing we already saw before. Yeah, Ace brought up the zero thing. Yeah, let's just go with this. I think this one doesn't really make a difference. So we're just kind of skipping all this. Because Zero be hiding. Zero could be one of us. Then shocks all around.
確かにそうかもしれないな。
Oh yeah, so apparently you can't skip once you see new text. So, well, that's
四つ葉
possible.
の言った通り
Clover said Zero might be one of us.
何を言ってるんですか淳平くん。
Oh, I guess I shouldn't be kind of glossing over this since it's new text, huh? My bad. Sorry if I'm getting kind of a rush, but I did say I kind of want to see one ending by the end of this stream. So what are you saying, Jumpy?
さっきの一宮さんの話聞いてなかったんですか？
Did you hear what Ace said?
ああそうだ。むやみに疑い合うのはやめようとあれほど。
Exactly, I say we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason.
むやみむやみなんかじゃないさ
No reason.
ちゃんと根拠はある
I've got a great reason.
何なんだその根拠っていうのは。
And what's that?
バングルだよ
The bracelets. He held out his left
ど
arm.
うして体内にある小型爆弾はバングルと連動してるんだゼロはどこかで俺たちの行動を監視してるんじゃなかったのか
Look, why are the bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero is hiding somewhere watching us, right?
だったらルール違反を犯した場合は遠隔操作か何かで爆発すれば済むことだろ
If he's doing that, then he can just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to do.
その方が確実だし手間もかからない
It would be a lot more precise and easier, but
なんでバングルの送信機を介して爆発するような仕組みになってるんだよ
if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet?
確かにそれもそうだな。
Huh, you've got a
そ
point.
れだけじゃないぜこれはノナリーゲームの全てについて言えることだ
I'm not done here. Try applying the same ideas to the Nonary
船
game.
内にある数々の仕掛けは全部自動的に機能するようになってる
All the puzzles here are run by them, or here run all by
つ
themselves.
まりゼロの手を一切介することなく
In other words,
何もかもが勝手に進行するようになってるってことだ
Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward.
なぜだどうしてゼロはそんなめんどくさい仕掛けを施したんだ
So why is that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that? Junpei let the question hang in the air and looked at the others. It was Santa who answered.
ゼロは俺たちの中に紛れ込んでいる。
So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero is one of us.
だとすると、逐一行動を監視したり、遠隔操作で何かを動かしたりするのは難しい。
If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely.
だから船内の仕掛けは、すべて自動的に動くようにしておかなければならなかった。
That's why all the puzzles run by themselves.
そういうことだな。
That's what you're getting at, right?
そうだ
Yeah.
セブン確かお前はさっき
Seven, when we were talking earlier,
ニルス殺しの犯人は俺たちの中にいるみたいなことを言ってたよな
you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
ああ言ったな
Yeah, something like that.
次は一宮あんたに聞きたい
Alright, then I've got a question for you, Ace.
あんたは確かゼロこそがニルス殺しの犯人だってそう思ってるんだったよな
You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right?
ああその通りそうしか考えられないだろう
Yeah, something like that. I can't think of any other explanation.
じゃあこの2つの主張を合わせてみると
So what do we get if we combine these?
連立方程式みたいなもんだ解くとこうなるだろ
They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like
うニル
this.
ス殺しの犯人イコールゼロイコール俺たちの中にいる
So whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence Zero is one of us.
要するにセブンと一宮の言ってることは矛盾せずに共存できるってことだ
In fact, Seven and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other quite well.
ゼロがこの中にいるとするならな
At least they do if Zero is one of us. No one spoke. Their faces were grim, but Junpei wasn't sure if they believed them or not. Finally, Lotus spoke up.
で、動機は何なのよ。
Well, what were his motives?
動機
His motives.
そう。大事なことでしょ。
Yeah, isn't that pretty important?
どうしてゼロは私たちの中に紛れ込む必要があったのか。
Why would Zero want to hide from one of us?
それは
Well,
そ
that's
の
because, Junpei choked. He hadn't thought of that, and he had to be honest with himself. He had no idea.
わからない。
I don't know. Lotus sighed.
説得力が大幅にダウンね。
Oh, so much for making a persuasive argument,
つ
Junpei.
まり状況証拠だけってことか。
In other words, you only had circumstantial evidence.
それだけじゃなんともな。
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know? Junpei was painfully aware of their eyes on him, and their disapproval. He tried to find something else, anything else to look at. Then that horrible silence. Okay, so this is all the same stuff.
セブン、四つ葉、
Oh,
順
I
平君。
guess this is a new
3人の
dialogue.
言いたいことは分かったが、
Alright, so 7, Clover and
今
Junpei.
はそれよりも、お互いを信じることの方がはるかに大事だ。そうだろう。
I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now, it's important that we trust one another, don't you?
それは
You're right,
そうだが、
but... Junpei couldn't bring himself to respond. He swallowed the words he wanted to say and sighed. Seven and Clover remained similarly silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else. Very far
さ
away.
あ、時間がない。行こ
There's very little time. Oh wait, what? We must go. We have very little time left. Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where
う。
they were
次に目
going.
指すべき場所は水星か。
So our next destination is Mercury.
ここだな。
Here we go. They stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and kitchen. Between the two elevators was a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. They stood in front of it with the Mercury keycard.
それって。
ああ。シャワー室を捜索している時に見つけたものだ。
Oh yeah, I found it in the shower room.
水星のマーク。
Oh yeah.
なるほどね。
Oops. Why is it skipping like that? You know, I put stop on there. See. Yeah, I see. It's got the Mercury symbol. He took a deep breath and slid the card on through the reader. It made a small beep, and the lights on the reader blinked to life.
さて、これで準備は整ったな。
Now we can go. 7 people, including Junpei, climbed onto the elevator.
入力できる回数ボタンは2つしかないようだな。
Looks like there are only 2 floor buttons working.
C とボトムか。
C and bottom. The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed.
押すのはボトム。
Then let's head down then. Junpei hit bottom. The doors closed, or the door closed, I mean. And slowly they began to move downward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw that the hallway to the right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end. But not a regular dead end.
ナンバリングドアですね。
This is a numbered door.
ああ。2の扉だ。
Yeah. It's door 2. Immediately they began to discuss who would go through it.
決めるべきは誰と誰が組んで2の扉に入るべきか。
So who should go through the door this time?
さっきみたいに置き去りになるだの、取り残されるだの、そんな話はもうしなくてもいいよな。
Well, we don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
そうね。ナンバリングドアの先に進んでもどこか別の場所で合流するようになっているんでしょうし。
う。これ以上無駄に争うこともないだろう。
Right. It's set up so we'll be able to meet up once we get through the numbered doors. Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
ということは、調査隊として中の様子を見てくるのは誰かってところだね。
We should figure out who's going in first.
では、まずは立候補を募ろうか。
Well, very well. Is there anyone who would like to volunteer?
俺が行こ
I'll do it. The first to speak up was 7.
俺も行かせてくれ。
I'll go too.
それなら私も行くことになるわね。
Then I suppose I'll go too then. Junpei followed suit, which meant Lotus was, by default, the 3rd member. Let's see. 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 20, but 2 is 0 is 2.
それじゃあ 行ってくるよ。
Alright, we're taking off.
はい気をつけてくださいね
Okay, please be careful.
て夫婦かよお前ら。
Jesus, you two are acting like you're married, you know that?
その
Oh, Aw. Jun blushed. And so did Junpei.
バカなこと言ってんじゃねえよ。
Don't be silly, cut it out. Perhaps in an attempt to hide his emotions, he quickly turned away and pulled the lever on the red. The door opened. As they come to expect, there appeared to be a short hallway on the other side.
さあ行きましょう
Alright, let's go. Rose was the first to the door.
おう
Yeah,
行くか。
let's do this. Seven was next, and Junpei brought up the rear.
今度はどうだ。
Where the hell is this? Or where the hell is it this time?
向こうには見当たらないわ
I don't
あった
see it.
ぞ。すぐそこだ。
There it is. It's right there. Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it quickly and scanned each of their bracelets.
ちょっと待って。
It stopped.
止まったわね
Yeah, it stopped. Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Seven and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
いつまで経ってもなれんなこの
Man, I'll
体
never
が
get used to that. Hey, grammar error. Come on.
俺は慣れたくなんてないな。
I'm not sure if it's something I'd want to get used to.
こんなバカげたゲーム。慣れる前にとっとと抜け出してしまいたいよ。
We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
ちげえね。
Damn right.
さてと。
Alright. Junpei looked
短
around
い
again.
通路にドアが5枚か。
This hallway is pretty short, but it's got 5
左
doors.
手に3枚と
Three on the left,
右手に1枚。
one on the right.
あとは突き当たりに1枚だな。
And don't forget the last one at the end of
一
the
応
hall.
1枚にカウントするか。分厚い鉄板に覆われているせいで
But
開
it's-
きそうにないが。
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way. After taking a look around the room, Seven spoke.
さあ探索開始だ。手分けして調べてみよう。
Alright,
や
let's get started. I think we'd, probably better split up. You two okay with that?
ええ分かったわ
Yeah, no
了
problem.
解だ。
Sure thing.
それじゃ俺は一番手前から行くぞ。
Then I'll take this first one. Seven nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him.
私は真ん中にするわ
I'll try the one next to it. At last, Junpei was left alone.
それじゃあ俺も始めることにしよ
Well, I guess I better get started too. He looked intently at the 3 remaining doors. See.